In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Well, hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in such a greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. My name's John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
I'm glad.
It's going to be another good episode.
I can't begin to tell you how much joy I get from sitting in a room with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, listener, you
don't know the challenge that John goes through to get through that whole
you
intro.
You don't know how I've suffered. It's like every episode.
It is worse for John.
If you don't always do it in one take, I think that's the problem.
Believe me, if this is a chore to listen to, it is a nightmare to record.
And edit.
By the way, if you'd like to leave us a review on iTunes, we would very much appreciate it.
Even if it is a 1-star.
Yeah,
a review's a review. Don't give us a 1-star
There's
review.
no such thing as bad publicity, except when there absolutely
There
is.
definitely is.
How are we, team?
All right. Yeah, fine. Well, we're at a slightly unusual recording slot
Yes.
today, aren't we?
Normally it's an evening, but today it's an afternoon.
Which
Yes.
is why we're drinking tea
Yes, it's crazy.
rather than beer.
We were saying earlier before you walked into the room,
Yes.
Nick,
Hello.
that it's too early for beer and too late for caffeine.
That's true. You're right.
So here we are drinking.
Various herbals.
Yeah, drinking herbals.
I'm on a lemony green tea.
I'm on a jasmine green
I've got
tea.
an
Very aromatic.
Indian fire.
Wow.
Something like that.
All right. Way to show
It's
us
good,
up.
yeah.
Jeez.
It's very nice.
Baby.
Would drink again.
Did you? That almost sounds like a. God, is it this hard to be funny? Did we need the alcohol to be funny?
I do wonder
I think
whether
the
we
next
did.
45 minutes will probably prove that.
This
If
will be-
it needed to be
I
proved.
mean, to make sure, as a control, let's just talk about herbal teas
I
for
thought
a
you
bit
were
longer.
I thought you were going to say, like, as a control, why don't I talk?
All right, thanks, John.
Nice. You do this solo.
To be fair, though, that is true. I'd make a great control. Let's just talk about herbal teas.
Let's talk
Let's
about
make this
herbal
a
teas.
herbal tea podcast.
Well,
I
why
don't drink
don't-
a lot of herbal tea.
Let's review our teas.
Well, let's see what the mouthfeel
Should we
is
try
like.
the herbal tea?
Oh, what great audio that must have been for everyone.
I can feel my antioxidants reducing.
You don't know what that means, do you?
No, I was running it through my head and I was like, damn it, does tea make you have more antioxidants or less
Yeah.
antioxidants?
Or does it antioxidize? Or does it oxidize? I guess we'll never
That's a
know.
Chemical Brothers song, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oxidize. Down, down, down.
This
Yeah,
is-
we need
no,
the
this
beer.
is very good.
We
Yeah.
need the beer. We need
Someone
the
bring
beer.
us some beer immediately.
Should we
But no, I'm fine. In answer to your
We
earlier
could dive
question.
right into it.
I guess seeing as this is the first time, possibly in years, that we've done the show sober,
Oh, God.
should we describe the format to which we so rigidly
Well,
adhere every
yes.
episode?
What you mean? Like we do every episode? Describe the format to everybody.
Well, we tend not to.
and just go off on a tangent instead.
Any episode could be someone's first episode.
In theory, yes.
And this is a bold new era of both sobriety and kidney health.
If you're jumping on, this is the right point to do it.
Well, I maintain the Christmas champagne episode is the right place to
Oh,
do
yeah.
one.
yeah, that
Well,
was
as
a
we
treat.
always say, we peaked around episode 2. And what are we on now? 30 something.
It's incredible, yeah.
Double figures.
Yeah, yes, double figures. I mean,
Woo!
yeah, well, I guess yes. Hello and welcome to a show called Hate. As we said earlier, I won't repeat.
Was that all just rehearsal? That
Yeah,
stuff
haven't been recording.
Okay.
Leave
That's
it in.
thank God for that.
Yeah, so the gimmick to which we stick to every episode is that we bring a topic of hate and a topic of love to the table
Sure do.
for discussion.
Yes.
And then we hopefully get 90 minutes of content out of it.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's like
Sometimes
bringing
it's a bit less. Sometimes it's a bit more.
Yeah, we basically do the bare minimum that could kind of like make an episode.
Yeah.
And then we call it a day.
Yeah.
And we all go home
and cry.
We all go home and forget about what we've said.
And hopefully forget about the ordeal we've just been through.
Yep.
And
I know I do.
I'm never happier than when we've just recorded an episode. I'm like, thank God it's 2 weeks.
Well, that is the
again.
longest possible time between recording that episode and the next one. Isn't
Yeah.
it? So there we go.
There's no time quite like that.
It's
That-
like
It's a blessed relief.
that post-recording haze that we find ourselves in.
I was actually going to say, like, I think I said to you, Rayman, I'm pointing because
pointing
the
at
listener
me,
won't
yes.
know who I'm pointing at. But Lucy and we've started doing yoga in the last kind of few months, and it's good. I really do enjoy it. But
However,
I'm going for the yoga. I'm staying for the 15 minutes quiet time after yoga.
Oh,
Because honestly, it's like it's the most physically and mentally relaxed I am at any time of the week.
really?
Possibly
So
my-
what, do you have like a part of the session that's 15 minutes of just
Basically,
doing sweet FX?
Yeah, you're paying for the lesson, but you're also kind of paying to do nothing.
probably is worth it for that alone.
It's incredible, yeah, because
I bet it is.
you go in and they've got like the hall and they've got a ton of yoga mats laid out in,
Well,
like,
that's good.
in like 2 rows. Okay. And I think Lucy and I are like the youngest people there by probably about 50 years,
No, sure.
maybe more. And
Did you join the seniors class or did you?
it's a mixed ability
Sure.
class.
Yeah,
So
Seniors.
It's a good way of saying
I think
rubbish.
everyone in the room is infinitely more skilled than us, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
are infinitely more flexible, and our recovery time is much quicker.
You still have
And it
cartilage. You've still got that precious cartilage. And
Honest
then
to
it's
goodness.
Give me some of your cartilage.
You need earplugs because the sound of cracking joints is absolutely deafening. Yeah.
I don't think that's even a joke.
Actually,
Does it sound like pouring a bag of gravel out onto the floor? It's like, and we'll all now do downward spiral.
it sounds like when you were a kid and you'd make like a crisp sandwich.
Yes.
And you'd open the pack a bit and then just kind of like crush
Justify
it.
it.
Yeah, justify it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no-
Justify. That's another chemical product.
That's-
Yeah.
Oxidize, dustify,
Yes.
testify.
If it isn't, we're writing their whole next album for them.
The one of the Chemical Brothers, Big Chem. He's at home,
Big
kind
Chem.
of taking notes.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say he was at your yoga class. He's like 90 years old.
Keith Chemical and his brothers Sandy and Josh.
Barry,
Barry Chemical.
Very chemical.
to me.
To me, not to me.
Too soon.
Not to me.
But yeah, like you go in, you come in, and there's like relaxing music playing, and you just you lie down on pick a yoga mat.
Okay.
Lie down, and then there's like 5 minutes where it's just like the instructor's like, okay, just kind of like think about your breathing, just kind of like chill out for a bit, and you start to like, and I'm like, I'm hungry for the relaxation, I need it, but I know I've got to go.
There's nothing like stressing about the moment of
So you're
relaxation.
going to climb through the ordeal of yoga.
Well,
first.
you come in, but the difference is you come in, and me being like, I come in, and I've got like my latte, and I'm checking my watch, and I've got like a big 1980s mobile phone.
You've got a
under one
huge
ear.
deal like waiting to complete on
And I'm
the
like,
phone.
10 mil, no, sell,
Yeah.
screw the Germans, we're going outside the deal.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And then like, I loosen my tie, and I lie down,
Let's get on with this.
pinstripe suit, and that first 5 minutes where we're like, just, calm, think about your breathing. And that's a little hard for me because I'm just like, I'm twitching. I'm like, and then
It doesn't feel right.
then you start doing the exercises, and that takes about like 50 minutes, 45 minutes. And then that sweet moment, and it gets progressively better because they always start by standing up.
Oh, God.
So you're doing like lunges and kind of like,
But then you go down.
and then it's like, okay, now we're going to do some kind of like, maybe like crouching or lying. So we often end by doing exercises on the ground. So you might be like moving your legs. And then he goes, okay, and finally now, so you just want to make yourself comfortable. And they have like these little, not really a pillow. It's basically a brick.
Okay.
It's a brick made out of like very dense
Is
foam.
it one of those that you drop to the bottom of a swimming pool when you're learning how to dive?
No, this one would float.
Okay.
But it is
I remember
it
those.
is a dense foam brick which you put under your head, and honestly, it's more comfortable than any pillow I've ever bought in my life. And then he goes, okay, and he puts the old relaxing music on. He goes, okay, and everyone, and we're just going to have 15 minutes of relaxation. So just focus on your breathing. And I thought,
So you're just lying on your back with your head on
in a room full of
phone.
other adults, all probably with mortgages and probably great
you're just
grandchildren.
stressful business deals.
Yeah.
You basically all just lie down and have a nap.
It's nap time.
But you don't fall asleep, or have you?
I have fallen asleep a few
Brilliant,
times. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's great stuff.
But my only concern is,
If you were the only one who fell asleep in a room full of geriatrics, I think we'd have a lot to talk about.
my only
The thing is,
concern.
it'd be great if you woke up 8 hours later, all the lights are off, everyone's gone.
Trigger the burglar alarm instantly.
No, you wake up and like you've got a massive beard and there's dust everywhere, and like you tear open the boarded up door and there's monkeys riding horses everywhere.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Oh my
I was
god!
so relaxed.
Tell me something, John.
Tell me.
What
Your question.
is the difference between a regular mat and a yoga mat?
Here we go.
Oh, that's a really good question,
Isn't it? Isn't it?
But I guess you might say
One
a
of them
rug.
costs more.
Yeah. One of them, they put the word yoga on it and it costs about 10 quid more.
The thing is, I don't go to like I don't know, a home retail shop and go,
Sure.
oh, look at that delightful mat. Wouldn't that look lovely in the middle of my lounge or boudoir? Like, it just kind of like, oh, check out the rich, mahogany finish and this velvet paneling, and the mat in the middle of the room. Like you might say rug or
Look at
throw.
that beautiful mat.
Yeah.
It's just that term yoga mat, like it differentiates it from other mats.
Do some people bring their own mats?
Yes, you can. I think.
They're
could.
the sweaty people. That's how you know.
Disposable income.
When they come in, it's like, oh, there's sweaty Biff. Yeah. I don't know what Biff's short for. Probably Barbara, isn't it? Yeah.
Barbara.
Sweaty Biff's here.
What? So the guy out of Back to the Future was called Barbara?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a unisex name.
I buy it.
Back off.
I buy it.
So you're saying like after so sweaty Biff after the session is actually like they roll at their yoga mat and there's like a little.
Yeah, that's like they have what you think is a water bottle there, but it isn't.
Oh no.
That's for collecting the runoff.
In my misspent youth, when I was in a school orchestra, and I was
Were you playing some sort of
Sweaty John. They used to call him in the orchestra.
you brought your own mat?
me and Sweaty Biff on second cello.
Yeah.
We were the cellists. I played the cello. Were by the bassoonists.
Oh no.
And the bassoon is basically just a 6-foot-long pipe full of spit. And
That's where you get that rich sound from.
And I remember,
Rich, creamy sound.
excuse me, my bassoon sounds a bit off. Well, have you topped up the spit lately?
Yeah.
Oh no, there
Let's
we
all
go.
talk into it for a second.
Have you tried bashing it against a different wall?
I swear at one point though they did open their kind of spit valve and like an actual torrent.
It's gross.
It is disgusting. Yeah.
Did you ever empty your cello out though? Because
Well, the amount of spit.
You've got
to.
It's part of every good cellist maintenance there.
yeah, I was going to say if you didn't do that, you're not going to make first cello, are you, John?
A cello doesn't really start sounding good until the third year of playing, when like it's just full of cigarette butts and McDonald's wrappers. So you just gotta like stuff them in through the cracks. Anyway, who's got a hate?
Oh yeah.
Who wants
I've
to
got a
start
hate
us off?
because it follows on from something you just said.
Okay.
Are you ready?
McDonald's wrappers.
Exactly.
Oh, I've
What?
spoiled it.
No, that's not my hate. My hate is I hate McDonald's table service.
I didn't know such a thing existed.
I hope
Wait.
you didn't. I hoped you didn't. 'cause
What, with
I was-
like waiters?
Well, no. Not quite.
Okay.
So basically, I don't know if you've been in a McDonald's recently.
Not for about 9 years.
Ah, well, you've missed out on a lot of diarrhea. No. They're a very different place now, John. They're like palaces of
Their logo's green now. That's how you know it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's like a horrible mud
sort of
green.
beigey green, like an organic green. No.
Right.
Well, they are trying to do that.
It's a kale
Their
green.
branding. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've got so much kale in our food. Do we? They have automated screens to order your food now
Yes.
to reduce
Oh,
queuing
yeah.
at the counter.
Yeah.
So average McDonald's will have 3 or 4 of these in a line, and
Yeah.
they'll be double-sided, and you'll be able to just boop, 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 and then how they used to work when they were first introduced is you get a little receipt at the end, and it'll have a
Yeah.
number on it. You go up to the counter, the sort of, kind of like the Argos counter, I
I
suppose.
got some burgers.
And then they shout your number out when it was ready, and you pick it up and take it back to your table.
Okay.
However, they have upgraded this whole experience so that now those touch screens now have a little peg sticking out the side of them with a load of table markers with numbers on them.
Oh god.
Right.
Okay, right.
So when you finish pressing in your order, it goes, "Do you want complimentary table service?" And of course you go, "Oh yes, I do.
Nice.
Yes, I am in a high class restaurant. Of course, I want some table service, McDonald's." So you take one of those thingies, right?
Right.
And it's apparently got a near field like Bluetooth communicating thing in it. It's got a little symbol on it.
Is it a short range microwave to sterilise for table? Right. Please,
Ultrasound cleaning.
please swat yourself clean with a paddle.
Please, you'll want to anyway. You'll want to punish yourself afterwards. So yeah, you punch that number in.
Okay.
And then you don't go and wait up at the counter anymore. Oh no.
Oh no.
Now
No
you go
waiting for
straight to
you.
a table with your little standee thingy with your number on it. Place that in front of you, and then you wait.
And then a hatch opens at some point, and a rich.
Ronald comes out.
Someone from behind the counter literally throws it across the restaurant.
Well, this is the thing, right? This is McDonald's. This is not a classy place. So if a hatch opened and Grimace came out with it in his mouth and he just went blah like mother birded it onto my tray, I'd be like, yes, this is McDonald's. I've earned this.
This is what I expect.
If there was one of the members of staff dressed in a sort of quarterback outfit and he was just like, "Stop!" and just chucked it across the restaurant into my face, I'd be like, yes, I asked for this. But instead,
I deserve this. I walked into a McDonald's. This is on me.
This is all me. And I selected
it's my
table
fault.
service.
Okay.
What was I thinking? But instead, a little while after, it would probably have taken if you just ordered it like a human being. One of the employees is now tasked with the job from having been behind the counter and doing whatever job that they were paid and employed to do. They now have to deliver my food to my table. Because they haven't got any waiters, they haven't got any specialist staff for this. So there's all my food and so I presume using some sort of clever Wi-Fi tech, they know where I'm sat. Not that it's hard, because I'm the only one sat with one of these things. Because no one else uses this system.
Wait, can I just clarify what the base level is? So if you don't go fancy and you're like, oh, I want, waiter service.
I want one chicken nugget.
Yeah. You would take. You punch your order in and then just walk to the counter.
Yeah, you'd get a receipt with a number on it. You'd walk to the counter, they'd shout your number, and you'd pick it up from the counter.
Okay.
Yeah. All you're doing by optioning, going for this option, is the same system, but they now have to bring it to you at your table where your number
making
is.
It so much
It's
worse
just a way of pissing off the staff.
Yeah,
basically.
And they make that
Oh,
very clear to
yes.
you when they drop your tray in front of you. They look at you as if to say, "Why did you do this?"
You bastard.
So there's absolutely nothing stopping you picking up your food and then walking to a table and sitting down and just eating, like you.
What do you mean? Sorry. So if I ordered it,
as
without
in,
table service.
So what I'm saying, like, does the table service allow you to sit at a table, or could you just get the food from a counter and sit at the table?
If you go for table service, then I'm guessing on their system there would be some outstanding thing going that number 351 is allocated to Nick's meal.
So when I walk past a McDonald's, dear God, not going inside.
You go quite a wide.
I try not to look, but if I glance into a McDonald's and I see people sitting down and eating a delightful meat disc.
Yes. Well, meat's a stretch, but yeah, go on.
Meat flavoured disc.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
Protein sphere.
Well, don't be fooled, it's not really a disc.
It's sort of non-Euclidean geometry, like it occupies many dimensions.
So when I walk past a Mackie D's and I see people sitting at tables, I know that all those monsters have ordered table
Well, no, this
service.
is it, because it's entirely optional. So I could get to the end of my transaction and go, no, I won't have table service, please. And then it will just piss out a little thing, and it will say number 93 on it. And I'll know I'm number 93, and I'll go join the queue of many, many people who've gone for that option instead.
So, but then you could go and sit down if you wanted.
I could, and then listen out and listen for them to go 93, and then I'd get up again and go and get it.
Go get it, yeah.
Yeah. People don't tend to do that. They tend to crowd around the counter waiting with their little receipt in hand.
Maybe that's why they've done the table service. Having said that...
But that's exactly it. Like, that's why I go for it. Because I'm like, if they've offered the service, they're probably trying to streamline their whole process, right? Except for the fact that A, nobody else does it. And B, they don't seem at all happy when I choose it.
I'm kind of imagining, like, say, like, you come in and say, like, it's 3 a.m., because it's always happy in McDonald's. It's always open. We're always there for you. They keep the nation running.
They do. With my cafe.
Thanks, McDonald's.
You've just come back from, that big conference. You
secured the deal by going outside the deal.
You've got a big...
Going outside the deal.
You're looking at your watch, you've got a big 80s phone under your hand, pinstripe suit, on your way to yoga.
You got your yoga mat under your arm.
A sweat bag.
And you come in and you go, I just want, a Big Mac or whatever. You punch your order.
You were struggling to think of a McDonald's.
Yeah,
that took you a second.
I just want a large Mac.
I'll have a McNugget.
I'll have a McDonald, please.
I just want a famous chunky boy. Let me go. Yeah. So you come in and you punch your order in, and by accident, your finger slips and you hit the table service. Oh no,
God!
No.
I didn't want this.
And then you're like, oh no, and then at the back of this empty McDonald's at 3 a.m., a little hatch opens, and a very elderly man walks out. And he's got
in
your
a McDonald's uniform.
Yeah, in a McDonald's uniform, and he has your food on a tray, and he's walking painfully slowly,
shaking like the butler from Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you've got a fizzy drink and you've got a shaky person bringing you your stuff, that is a come on.
But you feel so bad, and you're like, oh, I know I'm in a hurry, but sir, no, don't worry, I can take it off you. He's like, no, you wanted table service.
The contract is signed,
and he will walk past you.
Oh God, yes.
To the table you've been allocated.
Wherever the marker is, he must go to that.
And all the staff behind the counter have all stopped to watch your shame.
They're all watching and clapping him like, yes, Jerry, go, Jerry.
Finally a victory for McDonald's.
And then he places the tray down and he expires.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. He was 2 weeks away from retirement.
If only some twat had ordered complimentary table service.
He's worked here on the 3 a.m. shift for 50 years. Every night.
Despite all of this,
Yeah.
I still do it.
Despite the
Every
shame.
time. You still do it every time.
What would ensure the least amount of human interaction possible at McDonald's? Because I don't go to a place like that for human interaction, frankly.
No, true.
You got to pay him and like, hello, sir, how's your day? Don't talk to me. Don't.
I get that at
Shut up.
Wilkinson's in Cheltenham. There's a guy at Wilkinson's who always wants to know how my day's been. He's like, you don't care how my day's been.
Maybe
I barely.
he really does.
But he doesn't. He says it to everyone. And I barely care how my day's been.
I'm kind of thinking like if I was the CEO of McDonald's, so Ronald, if I was Ronald, and
Even if your name's not Ronald, you get like allocated Ronald.
pinstripe suit, big 80s phone,
red nose.
big red nose, yeah,
Nice wig.
but combed back,
Yeah.
Yellow pinstripe suit.
I'd be like, this is the step towards utter efficiency, which is where we just brick up the not the entrances, but we brick up the serving counter.
Yes.
Because if you can punch in on a touchscreen, why not just have a chute
Yeah.
where it falls
Or
out?
better, a tap on every table, and you just pull it, and meat just comes out of the tap, and you have a template on your tray,
You have a disco-like template.
and it fills that up, and then you just wait for it to cool.
Things
sets.
everything you're describing. If raw sausage meat came out of a tap
I'd eat the
and
crap
you
out
had
of
a
that.
griddle on your table, that would probably be a lot nicer.
I would prefer that.
Oh, that and plus the experience.
I'm just kind of imagining like the McDonald's of the future. You go in, you press the buttons, and then a small chute, which is maybe like at shin level, opens, and Fanta just trickles out.
You have a special garter belt that you can attach a cup to just to catch it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it depends what you want from your Mackey's experience. But next time you go, consider selecting complimentary table service because you can see someone die behind the eyes. You can see that if you want.
The same thing's happened at Weatherspoons now. So there's an app.
Oh,
There's a
God.
Weatherspoons
Oh, no.
app now. And whenever Weatherspoons you're in, you go and you find your pub, you're in and your table, and you literally, I'll have a pint of Heineken.
Is it called Pourer?
Wait, so you don't have to go.
You have to get up. Now imagine doing that 6 times in 2 hours, and the same person has to come over to you with 1 pint 6 times in 2 hours. Pint of Heineken. Oh yes, that'll be me, please.
Oh, yes,
Thank you very much.
That's me taking full advantage.
They are
of your
gradually getting redder in the face every single time.
I went on a stag do a couple of years ago, and we ended up in the pre-stag drinks. We ended
Sure.
up in a pub, and I swear there was like some mad app. I think it was a Spoons where you could kind of like gift people a pint, something like that.
There's been stuff on Twitter where someone's gone, "Hi, I'm at this Weatherspoons on this table. It's my birthday. Please send me drinks." Just put it on Twitter, and the
hundreds of drinks.
all these people just started ordering him drinks and food and everything. And he said, "I've got to have whatever you send me." So it's just shots and pints and everything. Yeah, he could have died for all I know.
He's still there.
He's still working his way through it.
So we can't leave until you finish. It's still my birthday. There was like when Starbucks brought in their like little not loyalty cards, but like you could kind of put credit. You could load up your Starbucks card
with coffee.
Yeah, and then just kind of like, which has kind of been like made a bit pointless by contactless payments now because
yeah.
Unless it's like the Starbucks buck is the best. The Starbuck is the best performing.
Starbuck.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Mr.
Bitcoin.
Trickler, yeah. But didn't one guy posted the number of his card online? It was like I don't want to say it was like a social experiment, but he published like, this is my card details, and it became this big communal card. So around the world, everyone was using the same account, and you just like,
But loads of people were topping it up as well.
so people would go, like, I'm just going to throw like $5 on it. So I think it had like $5,000 on it or something, and then everyone around the world was simultaneously. I think like the Starbucks algorithms.
Back where he started.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were like, we have one giant customer.
it's like patient zero. It was like
Yeah.
bouncing about the map. How much
first.
coffee did he have?
Yeah, you can imagine their computer screens in like Starbucks HQ in the cyber department, and they've just got this world map lit up in blue, like hovering above them in a
Sweet
hologram.
Jesus.
And there's millions of
Jason
dots.
Bourne.
It's Jason
There's
Bourne.
millions of dots, and they're all account holders, and then gradually they just and they just disappear. It's like, what's happening? And then there's one giant dot in the middle of the US, just like, who is that?
It's a real.
Sweet Jesus, the prophecy.
It's Jason Bourne.
It's a real kind of I'm Spartacus kind of moment.
Yeah.
Only they probably spell Spartacus wrong on the side of the cup.
Yeah,
So,
Starbucksticus.
Starbucksticus. That's perfect.
Thank you. I thought so as well.
Yeah, it's great. Leave that in.
Yeah,
Leave that in.
definitely.
I think that was
Don't beep
faultless.
that out. Don't beep that out, John. Don't beep it out.
I've got a hate.
Oh,
Perfect.
sure.
I hate in horror movies or otherwise where children's laughter or a nursery rhyme is shorthand for scary.
Creepy.
Drives me mad.
Little girl ghosts
Yeah.
are terrifying.
Yeah, you see that's disgraceful.
Creepy.
Yeah, but
It was creepy when I did it then.
Yeah, maybe like the first time, but
There's a little girl in King Kong, Peter Jackson's remake of King Kong, and that's not supposed to be scary, but it is.
Is there?
Yeah, they get to the island,
Yeah.
Kong Island, let's call it.
I quite like this film.
And isn't there a little girl there
I don't remember.
when they get on the island and she just suddenly screams at them?
Oh, but it's almost like a vision. Like she's not
Yeah.
there. Like they never really see her again.
Something like that. I've only seen it
Yeah,
once,
yeah.
but yeah, that was
but
scary.
she's not a ghost though, is she? Like
Nick
I
knows it
think
better
she's.
than I do.
I am vaguely remembering this now. I think she's almost kind of like a shared hallucination, like a sort of warning to stay away from Skull Island. But
from it's
I
like
remember, I remember her suddenly screaming, and I shit myself.
yeah, what is it though about like kids and being
That was a fine sentence.
Try it again. Try again.
being creepy? Why is it? Why does
I-
that? I mean, I know what your point is
Yeah.
that it's shorthand and it's lazy and it doesn't often actually really work or it isn't applicable. But why is it that people think it is?
I don't know. I think it's a bit lazy now.
Yeah,
if
oh,
I'm
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
think I think the idea is, children, they're so innocent and lovely, and then the idea that
Not true, but
that
go
you're
on.
going to get murdered by a child.
Someone's going to do a murder on you.
You never see that coming.
and stab
you
your
know.
neck off.
The thing is, like, with that logic, and that has evolved over time to be, here's the sound of like a nursery rhyme,
Yeah.
and suddenly it's like, oh, I'm so startled. And
But if your movie's about aliens,
yes,
right? So you're deep in space in the year 2135.
Sure.
And you're exploring a dark corridor, and you know that your friends have been eaten by the necromorph,
yeah.
and then you hear ring ring, and like what's going on?
I think but here's the thing. I think they'd shoehorn it in because I think like the hack director would be like,
Oh, it's triggering an audio hallucination.
Would the
Yeah.
Nectoglorb be singing it in that
Yeah,
situation?
and it would have a little like bonnet on.
It would be disguised as a child, but like really badly disguised. So it's just a
Yeah.
wig
You'd be like,
on a grasshopper.
Oh, well, that can't be the Nectoglorb because look how cute.
Look
it
at
is.
how good its hair is, even though it still looks like a cricket.
and it opens its mouth, and out of its mouth comes like a little sock puppet.
Yeah.
of the Nectoglorb.
Oh, it's adorable.
Only the sock puppet of the Nectoglorb is wearing a mask, like a little cardboard mask.
of a Nectoglorb.
You're like, oh no. The Nectoglorb comes in, you're like, oh my god, it opens its mouth, and then as you said, the sock puppet comes out of its mouth. Only it's wearing a mask of like the first mate. They go,
it's
Mr.
all right,
Adams, I'm so
finally.
glad you're here.
Mr.
Yeah.
Adams.
I was so startled.
I really thought you were a Nectoglorb for a
And
minute.
then the mask falls off.
And under the mask is a scary clown mask. You're like, you startled me, Mr. Adams.
Yeah.
But it would be like that. It'd be like, oh no, the Nectoglorb is using its psychic.
Nursery rhyme powers.
Yeah,
It's tapping into your childhood and using it against you.
but it's like.
Good
Now,
idea for a movie. We should be writing this
The
down.
Nectoglorb.
I'm not. Well, we got an episode title.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a responsible adult.
No,
I don't
you're
have
not.
children. I've never raised a child. But in this modern era, how often are nursery rhymes actually sung
That's a
to
good point.
children?
I'm
Like,
not sure I would.
isn't there an app for that? Like
Yeah,
nowadays, or
just
something?
give them my iPad. Gee.
That's just, but you can say that about any element of parenting. Like, anything you say to your child could feasibly be done by an app. There you are,
Your point,
child.
Chris.
Go and spend some time with your father.
Well, it's like
Your new cyber phone.
Yeah.
Wait, if I go to the supermarket now and I see like parents with like a child in a pram, the pram has a child who is playing Call of Duty on an iPhone 6.
And they're doing
Like-
better than I ever would.
Yeah.
But then, would a nursery rhyme be less scary than the sound of Grand Theft Auto 6 in future horror movies?
Maybe at the
if
time.
if they're trying to tune into your childhood memories
Yeah.
and to make it a negative thing, would it in future generations be the sound of
Well, here's my thinking. Yeah,
Call
like,
of Duty or whatever?
New childhood nostalgia.
And it'd just be like, that'd be a complete mess.
It'd be a Fortnite theme tune.
that's
or something.
this is my thing. Like it's gonna evolve over time.
Baby shark. Do,
Wait,
do.
hang on a minute. The Nectoglorb is coming from inside the house. I don't know. I feel like
It is lazy.
if the idea is like, here's something which is cute and innocent and friendly. Only now it's been twisted through my dark vision. I'm Tim Burton. And here's how I make a movie.
Something cutting edge.
With Helena Bonham Carter as the Nectoglorb.
Because of course.
Because she's in every Tim Burton project.
Bride of Nectoglorb. But I don't know. It's like, with that in mind, anything friendly could, in the right context, be seen as
I guess
scary.
that's the idea, isn't it? It's like, it's meant to subvert your expectation that you think it's going to be friendly. But, like, even if I knew I was completely unafraid and I was not in a horror-filled situation and I went into a room and I could hear Ring a Ring of Roses, I wouldn't be like, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck is going
I
on?
think that's
Where are
very
these children?
disturbing.
Get out of my house!
Yeah.
It'd be very disturbing. It's like that picture you put on Facebook of the doll's box in your loft.
Oh my god. I mean,
Remember that? That
yeah.
was disturbing.
Of all the things, like, I'll tell this story now.
Please tell the story, yeah.
Like, when you're buying a house, you hope it's not haunted. You know, you hope you haven't, because you've gone
I'd say
all
that's
in.
in my top 3 hopes for a
And
new house.
You may not discover that on your first viewing. Yeah, top 3 hopes. Yeah, you may not discover it because you don't stay overnight or whatever. And of course, the person selling it's not going to tell you it's full of malevolent spirits.
The incredibly pale, shaking person wouldn't tell you it's haunted.
Is this house all right?
Yes.
I can't wait to leave.
Red room. Red room.
So you get the house and you're all in now.
Yeah.
That's it. You're indebted. You're fucked basically. So I was like, oh yeah, the attic. I should probably I had a brief looking around, but I should actually see how much space we got.
Yeah.
In there. Go up there. There's an empty doll box.
That is
with
nice.
like, a little window where the doll obviously used to look out, and it just said underneath, "Polly, put the kettle on." That's the name of the doll, but she wasn't in the box. That's so much worse. Like if I'd gone into the attic and there was a doll in the attic, that's scary. I get it. But an empty,
Still in the house.
yeah,
That's the thing. She could be anywhere.
And the thing is that you'd keep the box because one day you want to sell it, and so you'd have the doll. In theory, where's the doll?
Yeah, like kind of mint in box, like
Yeah.
the haunted doll isn't worth anything if it's not kind of in the box.
Exactly.
Thing is, in the immediate sense, it probably would have been more frightening if the doll had been in there.
Immediate, yes.
But having had time to think about where the doll possibly could be, I think it's far worse that the box was empty.
Yeah, I agree. And I may not have looked in. I may not have looked in every nook and cranny of my new house yet. I may not. She may be somewhere in the house, or she's in like the foundations or something.
Imagine if that doll turns up one day, like it's in the middle of the lounge.
You'll know.
You'll walk in.
I won't show up for another episode ever again. I'll be gone. I'll be in Mexico.
I was listening to a different, better podcast.
Okay.
Well, that's all of them.
But they,
That really narrows it down.
what exciting to be a consumer! Like such amazing variety. And it was telling a story of a young couple who'd gone to a bed and breakfast back in like the mid-90s.
Sure.
I remember in the olden days, kids, you ask your grandparents, but like you'd have to, when you want to get a film developed, you had to go to the local pharmacy or
film development.
or Boots. Other brands are available if you're in the UK to get it developed and come back after.
Contact us. We can do a sponsorship deal.
Come back after a few days, and they found in their photos a photo of both of them asleep on the bed of their hotel room. Both.
Mother of shit.
That's awful.
That's
no.
really bad. So they were in a hotel.
Bed and breakfast.
That's worse.
Yeah.
That was said very loudly.
Oh my god!
Because that's your host. That's the
Yes.
person.
That
There's only one
presumably
other person in
must
the
have
building.
been the person who owned the place. Must have been.
But also, like, there's only one reason to do that. That's to freak someone out.
Yeah. Because if you're just like collecting photos of your guests, use your own camera.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get this picture, and you know you're not because it's theirs. That is screwed up.
I mean, it is, but if it's not me, it's quite funny.
Imagine
it is quite funny.
Okay, what's worse? Getting home, developing your photos, and finding a photo of you asleep in a bed and breakfast, or waking up in the middle of the night and at the bottom of your bed is somebody in under an old school camera on a tripod.
Oh, Victorian.
Yeah, and you wake up and it goes, and there's this flash of light, and then they run out like with a hood over their head.
Or a third option, you wake up and at the bottom of your bed, there's old man Jerry with a self-service tray from McDonald's. It's like, I'm so far away from where I'm supposed to be.
And it's like, stop moving.
All right, I have a fourth scenario for
Okay.
you. You wake up and the fucking Nectoglorb at the end of your bed.
I don't even
Jesus.
know what it is, but I'm terrified of it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
the nectar. It could be any one of us.
And then the Nectoglorb. What's he called again?
I think we've gone with Nectoglorb at this
And then
point.
the Nectoglorb gets home and he comes home and he hangs his hat on and he asks his wife if the bride of Nectoglorb
Hello, the bottom cutter.
she comes in. Have you developed the photos? Yeah, and he looks and there's a photo of him.
Yeah.
Only it's you lying on top of him
Yeah.
in a guest bed.
Holding
Yeah.
the camera up, selfie style, like me and
It's a
Nectoglorb.
nightmare.
And who's at the back of the photo? It's the old man from McDonald's.
So back to McDonald's when he's in the process of dying.
Oh god.
You better.
Shall I
say
do
your
one?
take,
I'll
'cause
do one
format's
before
gone to shit.
before we descend into total chaos.
God,
Paintballing.
blazing through these.
Paintball.
aren't we?
Paintballing.
Paintballing.
I hate it.
Do you?
I hate it. Not just because I'm bad at it,
Okay.
although I am.
That's a big part of it, I'm sure.
I don't like the amount it costs to turn up to paintballing.
Don't like the cost.
I don't like the cost. Because you have to refill when you go. We've all been paintballing in this room. I
Yes,
assume.
yeah.
You have to pay every time you run out of balls.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts.
It really hurts.
It does
though.
hurt, yeah.
And it's just not my idea of a good time. Being grenaded and shot at.
That's it. You do make a good point. Like, we're paying to get shot at.
And it hurts.
It does hurt. I went for my birthday, and of course, if it's your birthday, that's the fun thing, isn't it? Shoot the birthday boy.
People love shooting
Had a
you.
lot of bruises after that one.
Yeah.
It's like I've been on stag do's. Every time I've been paintballing, it's been a stag do. And every time I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. When they said it's paintballing,
The thing is,
it's
like,
not fun to me.
you might say, like, oh, it's because it's because we're weak.
We're not. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's partly it.
now, but arguably, because we are all weak and protected by an insulating layer of fat, maybe like that should
speak
absorb
yourself.
the bullets a bit more.
I'm going to disagree with you to some extent.
That's fine.
I'll
do
find
This
quite,
is all about opinions here.
Yeah.
yeah, and yours is wrong.
Jack off.
I do quite enjoy like running around and shooting and taking cover and like the sort of mild peril that I'm in. But what I don't like about it is that I'm so incredibly unfit that you think to yourself, oh yeah, I'm going to be running around and diving for cover, and you've been going for like 2.5 minutes, and you're like, oh god,
Crouching in a bush.
We're going to take a sleep behind this tree, and I'm just going to like wait it out because fuck me.
I speaking as somebody who had childhood asthma. What's wrong with me? Asthma. Speaking of someone who had childhood asthma,
Hello.
I don't want to mock you for having an inhaler, which is on the table
I am
right
an
here.
asthmatic
But-
and proud.
But in that scenario, have you never been tempted to just kind of like squeeze it a load and make like a protective smoke cloud and then kind of?
because that is how it works.
That is great camouflage in a sea of green.
The problem is that as everyone
Oh, there's
chases,
Nick.
as everyone chases,
Oh look, there he is, the asthma cloud.
There's that white cloud of Ventolin.
they chase you through the cloud, and then their breathing gets so much better.
and
And they're
it-
like, oh.
It's just run faster.
All it's done for me is make me back up to the same lung capacity as an 8-year-old, but they're now like super soldiers.
I'll give you 3 sort of specifics as to why I hate paintballing, and these are the 3 things that stand out to me when I think of paintballing.
The triumvirate.
The triumvirate of pain.
Right.
So, number 1, at the end of every paintballing session, they say, right, everyone enjoy the paintballing? Yeah, lads. Right, what you're going to do now is you're going to split into 2 teams, you're going to line up, you're going to go back to back, 10 paces, and then shoot the shit out of each other, yeah?
Okay, well that's bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
so
mine didn't do that.
we did that on ours.
Big hell.
So, to protect against this, I had the foresight to bring a DVD case with me to paintballing and put it over my sensitive area.
Your
My meat and 2 veg,
yes,
if you will.
that what food was provided.
Food was provided.
You're marching with 10 paces.
Yeah.
You've got like a lovely car.
And I regret
Dinner.
I don't regret putting it down my trousers now, if I'm honest. But,
What's warm though?
so I put a DVD case down there. I thought, this will be good.
What DVD was it?
Oh, I can't remember.
A Kung Fu Panda 2.
But yeah, let's say it was that. Kangaroo Jack.
Okay.
And I put it like just sort of, I thought this will spread the pain. This will protect me.
Oh no.
Oh fucking hell! It didn't. It did not
That's
at all.
much worse.
If anything, it just reverberated the pain
What, like-
throughout the surface area of the DVD.
Smash cut to A&E, and the doctor's like, oh, another Kangaroo Jack from a groinal injury. Like
Why won't they learn?
Oh god.
Okay, so that's number 1.
So that's number 1. Number 2, there's a game in paintballing called Protect the President.
Don't let them take you alive.
Yeah. Now, I was the president in one of the games, and
So you're the target.
so I was the target.
It's
And
great.
by the end, my own team,
Oh, no.
my own team were, just shoot him! Just shoot him! And then my own team started shooting at me because they didn't want to be shot at anymore.
Holy crap. Right.
So that's how that game ended, with me being shot at by every single fucker playing.
I mean, that is remarkable, both for the fact that, like, how painful it is, as a testament to how painful it is,
Yeah.
and also how weak your team is.
Yeah, they
because
just-
they're not going to die.
As soon as they got within 10 yards of the actual base where we were, just shoot him! Rubbish.
That's awful.
And your third?
My third is when, there's also in games, just generally for paintball, they say, right, if you get shot, you're out for a minute and then you'll be put back in. So just hold your hands up in the air.
and they won't shoot at you.
And they
anymore.
won't shoot at you.
Yeah.
They won't shoot you anymore. So I got shot. Oh no. Oh, I'm out of the game. Damn.
Hands up.
I put my hands up to sort of say, oh, I've been shot, everyone. Someone shot me in the hand.
Oh,
Someone shot me in the hand. Bloody hell. It didn't half hurt.
Was it the instructor?
Yeah.
And he was like, what have we learned?
Because we were on a
is
stag,
war.
which was, it was like 2 different parties in one.
Yeah.
It was a stag, and there were some kids there. And I think it was one of the kids who shot me in the hand. I went, what the fuck are you doing?
he was like 7 years old.
I specifically remember going, putting my hands up, just this green pellet hitting my hand and go, oh, Jesus!
But it's always like that, isn't it? Because you go, look, you know, no one's a massive fan of paintball, but we're all mates here. We're gonna have a good time. Bit of pain, bit of fun. All agreed? Yeah. They go, okay, guys, can make up the numbers. Here's the day release from a local prison.
It is!
He's a crack shot, but don't let that put you off.
Here's the world's finest sniper.
Yeah, he won't be using paintball.
Yeah, he'll be trying to guess what he is using. I think you'll be pleasantly
He brings his
surprised.
own ordnance.
The thing at the end, as you said, like where they're like, march 10 paces, turn around and fire. It's the logic of, guys, we've had a lot of fun here today. Here's a nail. Here's a plank with a nail in it. Yeah, just go to town with each other. You know, what's
It's
the
just
ma-
like
yeah.
so irresponsible. Just shoot at each other.
Was it something like you paid for a whole clip and a lot of you still had balls left?
It was
just like,
balls
let
left
them do
over.
those?
But by the end, I just got fed up of it the last time I went, and I thought, no, I'm not going to buy any more balls this time. I don't want them.
Yeah.
He was going up to me, do you need more balls? No. Bang. Bang.
Paint.
Just, yeah.
Paint.
I'm just pretending to shoot by the end.
Is there any greater fear than, because we're always like, safety is everything.
Yeah,
you know.
oh yeah.
I think
Masks on.
Safety's off.
Safety's off. Game on.
We had clearly quite a formative paintballing experience when we were young, because for years that's stuck
We've
in our
done that.
heads.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
But it's always that terrifying moment where it's like, okay, everyone, good game. Keep your safeties on, masks on. We're just going to walk back to the, the kind of decamping area. Everyone comes in the net. You're all safe in the net. Masks off, and you just hear like a thunk.
Yeah.
And everyone's like instantly like, what the hell? There's nothing more
That
terrifying.
must have happened at some
Yeah.
point, though.
Oh,
that you've
yeah.
taken your mask off and been shot in the eye or something.
Oh god.
well,
must have happened.
I mean, that's about that Biker Grove.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if you
So that's real.
Yeah,
And
that happened.
went blind, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or PJ, as he was at the time.
He said, I'm
I'm
blind.
blind, Deckman!
Why did he say it like that?
Yes, he's Geordie, isn't he?
Oh,
Ron, tell him.
I never know.
I thought he said, I'm blind, Declan. You've blinded me
Oh, was that
with
what he
that
said?
ball that you shot
Please take
in
me
my
to-
eye.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
That accent?
The exact
in
quote.
like a Berkshire accent.
Yeah, the exact quote as well.
Brilliant.
So that, yeah, paintballing, hate it. And that's why whenever I've helped to organise stag do's, I've avoided paintballing.
Fair enough.
So then-
Fair enough. Yes.
Is the difference between paintballing and LARPing
Oh, sorry, that's
basically
your foot.
speed?
And bullets.
Like if you're LARPing and you're like, I'm a wizard and I'm throwing a fireball, they
They-
throw like beanbags and kind
do,
of.
don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind being hit with a beanbag.
Unless you lob
Because
it.
because it's a beanbag.
I put 2 P's in
I
mine.
put some paintballs in there.
What if you were
What if you
were
were
LARPing and you're there with your foam sword and your shield and you're like, yeah, let's do this, and the wizard's like, magic motherfucker, and he's got he's
Paintball
got
gun.
a paintball gun, point blank.
But again, it's a rubber oar or sword or whatever the hell it is they attack each other with, LARPers.
Yeah, I think the goal is not to draw blood.
Sure. Paintballs.
What's the point then?
It's an actual gun.
Yeah,
It is a gun.
And it shoots a thing that hurts you
Yeah.
on impact.
It just doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
It also proves that
theory.
everybody who's ever run a paintballing facility is a liar. And everyone who has ever gone paintballing and said it doesn't hurt is perpetuating this lie.
Yeah. No, it does hurt.
It does hurt.
It really hurts.
Some people are just able to deal with it, but it does hurt.
Shouldn't have to. Shouldn't have to.
I'm not. My top list of leisure activities is not getting hurt. Like that's not high on the list.
The annoying thing is, I think the bigger sting than the paintballs is the idea. I think everyone would like to believe that when that moment comes, when the terrorists attack, the president's been taken prisoner, only one man can save the day. You think, this is my time. This is it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to save the day. And you poke your head up above that log and get one right between the eyes.
Yeah.
And then you're just
Straight
kind of
away.
crying on the floor, going like, no. I hit you on the visor. You're fine. No, I'm so scared.
Oh God.
That's my defense. So basically, like a cry loud and so loud that everyone just gets so ashamed and walks away.
Everyone, we can't keep shooting him. It's not funny anymore.
It's embarrassing.
There you go.
Well, there we go.
I've summarised my hate for you there, as requested.
Who did the first love?
I did.
Did you?
And it was the hate.
That's the
This
thing.
is the
Right.
love bit now.
It changes now.
Who is going to do the first love?
I'll do it.
Nick can do it because he
Nick.
did the first hate.
Tends to be how we do it.
What do you love?
Same order.
I love trying to kill Bear Grylls.
Oh, this is a Netflix.
Yes, it is.
Thing.
Yeah. So there's a Netflix thing out now.
Right. Okay.
Which is like an interactive Bear Grylls adventure.
Right. Like that Black Mirror thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For all I know, the second one of these, right?
Okay.
And the way it works is that Bear Grylls is like dropped into some jungle, and you have to make every key decision for him, right?
But like deploy parachute. Yes or no?
I'm running out of time, Nick. So I was like, okay, I'll bite, because Ali was like, oh, let's do it, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, well, okay, if I can try and kill him, let's see if there's a death state. Let's see if they've gone as far as to film.
Did they actually kill him?
And they filmed that bit last, obviously. So I was like, okay, cool. So the first choice you have to make, he's in a helicopter, and it's like, I haven't got enough room to fit all of my kit in. Right, well planned, Bear, you twat. Anyway, I can either take this or this as my last object. So the first one is a grappling hook and a load of cable, right? That sounds pretty useful. And the other one is a catapult, like a sort of Dennis the Menace style catapult. And I'm like, well, I'm picking that up.
I thought it was going to be like, he turns to the camera and there's like a little 60-second timer.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
Only you can help me. What should I take? And it's like, you've selected the Milky Way bar. Are you sure?
It's really funny because, like, in that 60-second timer, there's like a bar on the screen. He talks to you in that time as well. He's like, the grappling hook's really useful. It's got 20 meters of cable and a special iron. And I just selected like catapult immediately, and he's just like, oh, okay.
He's actively disappointed in
He genuinely seemed that way, and I was like, yes, this is perfect. I've set up his death perfectly. So then we arrive, and he's on the beach of this like sort of delta in this jungle. Right. He's like, do I go down the river where there's definitely going to be alligators and just wade through a river?
Or do I go at the river?
Or do I go along this well?
It's like he's looking at two and one's got like lightning and it's completely
or do
dark.
I go down this road that's got a few newsagents, and a paved surface? And I'm like, alligators, actually, yes. So then he's going down this fucking river and he's like, look up ahead, there's an alligator. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Swim towards it.
You've
Swim
got nothing
towards
there.
it.
You've got nothing. I gave you a fucking catapult.
He's like,
He uses his catapult.
what? Like it's night, and like he's crouching in the water, like the water's up to his chin.
Yeah,
and he
Predator style.
looks at the camera and it's very close. He goes, "There's definitely a lioness at the bank,
Swimming.
but if I keep my voice down and I stay very still, and like you've already selected like approach, like talk to the lion." He's like, oh okay. He's like,
Hello.
the lioness is near and very hungry. But if we keep quiet and sensible, what are you, no,
Just make as much noise as possible.
Kick the lioness. Throw the Milky Bar at the lioness.
Sound your air horn.
I heard somebody talk about this the other day, and it's saying like it's like there's a snake, and the options are like grab it by the head or grab it by the tail.
Swing it round and round. So then he was like, you went up against the alligator with a catapult and it worked. And I was like, he was like, thanks for you choosing the catapult earlier. I'm now equipped to take out this alligator. And he just sort of fired into the water to distract it, and it swam off in that direction. I was like, damn it, I'm making good decisions.
Yeah.
So
because while I could pack 12 antique issues of Zoo magazine, antibiotics would be okay. No, fine. Let's walk on.
I see
that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Because I suppose I could, wet them and use them as a kind of like make a papier-mâché cask. No, okay, no, you just want me to burn them? Right, fine. Okay.
Definitely just burn them bare. What will kill you fastest? Bear?
Is it possible to kill him?
I've only done 2 episodes and
Okay.
I haven't succeeded in killing him yet. Which starts to make me feel like the whole thing's a little bit redundant because there doesn't seem to be a bad decision. Like I've taken what I think is arguably the worst decision at every point, and he seems to refer back to my previous choices. Like, thank goodness you did that. I'm like, no, Barrett, no.
Is everything like you think the show's over, and it just it's like
after credits sequence,
and he goes to McDonald's and it's like, well, what should I get? Table service. Oh, okay.
It just comes on the screen. Yes or no, John? Yes, of course, Bear. And then he dies from that.
That would be ironic. He chokes on his Big Mac.
I guess I
strangles him to death.
I guess I could cauterize the wound, but no, I suppose drinking the brown water is probably a better idea. Yeah,
I suppose a sausage McMuffin is what we're going for. Yeah, so by all means have a go, but I don't think you can kill him. I don't think.
That is a shame.
It is a real shame.
Despite our best efforts, he's still alive.
I'll keep going. I'll pull back.
I'm like, poor man. Like, there's at least like 32,000 people doing that every day. Like, when will he
that
be
must
free?
be the vast majority of the
There was
viewership.
another one as well. Like, he was hungry. So he's like, the jungle's a cornucopia of food. All I have to do is dig around a little bit and I'll find something. Here, look at this massive, juicy maggot. And he pulls out this maggot that's honestly like the size of like a baby's arm, curled up on itself. It's like, if I eat this, it'll give me energy for hours. Or I could eat individual termites. And he digs his hand into this termite nest, and his hand's just covered in termites. He's like, each one of these gives me a little bit of energy, but I'd have to eat lots of them. I'm like, okay,
eat the termites.
No, but I kind of imagine like he sticks his hand in the termite nest, comes up, and like the termites are kind of like crawling all over his hand. And he goes like, "We have to make a choice." And you, any time, their pincers are
You would not believe
incredibly
the pain.
no. At this point, I don't mind. Just please make a
It's
choice.
like being shot in the hand by a paintball. Oh, God.
Speaking of being shot in the hand by a paintball, I got bitten by an insect in the garden last week, and right on cue yesterday as well. I'm getting bitten once per week.
Oh, nice. That's good.
And
On schedule.
It has a bite like a bullet wound. Like it is
Jeez.
Beautiful.
point blank. It's horrible.
Oh, well.
Good effort, that insect, is what I say.
What's your love?
Your leg sounds delicious, John.
I love the word. A bit of context here. I love the phrase of a toilette, not a toilet.
Okay.
The toilette, and the toilette is a very posh way of saying I'm having a wash.
Oh.
I like eau de toilette.
Kind of, yeah. Like, so I mean, to an uncouth, fellow.
Don't point at me when you're saying
I was
that.
going to say, like us, like uncouth fellows, we might go, eau de toilette. Why, that's toilet water.
Yeah, I'm not going to wash it out.
Eau de toilette.
But to the
lads.
French, who are an altogether more refined people, it's
Definitely.
like, oh no, it's water of the toilette. So
I see.
the toilette is like, and I just find I love the fact that we came up with a whole word that to make having a shit and like washing your face sound like better. It's like, excuse me while I do my toilette.
Yeah.
You can put any word to it, you like it still shitting in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a stupid like. I just like that's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I got.
It's a good strong word.
It's decent.
Everything sounds better in French.
I'm going to hark back to something we did yesterday, John.
What did we do yesterday?
We went to a bar.
We did go to a bar.
Briefly.
Very briefly, yeah.
Well, I went to the jazz festival, but that's not it. But then we went to the bar. Anyway, I had my favourite whiskey, which is Tomartin 14 year.
Tomatin.
Tomatin, you say?
Tomatin, I
Is it
say.
made of tomatoes?
No. But that's a very good guess for a first try.
I know. I understand alcohol. What?
So you're referring to the smooth, mellow taste, the affordable taste of
So the
Tomatin.
affordable taste of Tomatin, which I discovered when on holiday.
Sponsorships are available.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Come on.
I discovered on holiday in Inverness a few years ago, and we went on a tour of the distillery. And it turns out that in Inverness, distillery tours on a Tuesday afternoon are not peak season. so it was a private tour, basically.
All on one.
And I ended up getting pissed in the tasting room.
Because you had to drink like
Because I had to drink all the whiskey.
He's back again.
And I've never seen it before or since, apart from this bar in Cheltenham.
Really?
Anywhere. I've never seen it anywhere outside Inverness, apart from Cheltenham, which is amazing. It just turned up one day and I was like, what the hell is that doing here?
Would you recommend it to someone who doesn't like whiskey?
Yes, because I don't particularly like whiskey. I'm not a connoisseur like Jonathan.
I wouldn't say that I'm a connoisseur. I just really like.
Just drink
You
loads.
just drink a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
just
it.
really like being drunk. Yeah,
Sure.
it's great.
Yeah, quantity does not an expert make.
I just look for the percentage. But it's a great place. It's like they have a whole village built around the distillery, and I've once described it, and they heard me say this because it was on a different podcast that I used to do with John,
Oh, right.
as a drunken village of the damned.
And they were like, we're right.
And I sent it to them on Twitter. I was like, oh, I mentioned Tomatin Whiskey in our latest podcast. And they actually listened to it.
Did they?
And I forgot it completely that I'd said it. They tweeted me going, Drunken Village of the Damned.
Tweet them about this episode. See if they
Yeah,
get
I will.
response.
Yeah, let's see what they say.
That's great. Another town, city, or hamlet that you've been banned
I
from.
can never
That
return.
the show is now losing its potential allies in this great war.
But if you get a chance, if you're in Inverness or Cheltenham, the Tomatin 14 year is available.
Okay.
I think just in general, it's quite nice to say that you have if not a favourite whiskey, just a favourite drink.
Yes.
It'd be a dream to be able to go into a bar and just say, the usual, please. I'm like, okay, pint of a cooking beer.
Yeah.
Slide that across.
Same again. It's like in soaps, they go, oh, I'll have a pint, please, Sandra. Pint of what?
Who's
Pint of
Sandra?
what? Yeah. My name's Margaret. Yeah, they just go, pint, please. Pint of what?
I guess they can't say.
They can't say
Like
the brand
brands,
names, that's the
can they?
problem. But then,
Pint, please.
pint of non-specific.
Yeah, have a pint of water then.
That's why like all their cereals are in like clear plastic boxes
Yeah.
on soaps.
Well, like Tupperware sort of.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They've all got some of them, haven't
I
they?
don't watch soaps, so.
I watch EastEnders.
Do you? Like
Yeah.
religiously?
Not
mean,
as
like-
religiously as I did before I lived with Liz.
Okay.
Do you just turn it on when you want like a good belly laugh? Like
Yeah.
a real
Oh, it's
chortle?
great for
yeah.
lols. Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling a bit down. Well, what's happening in?
Oh,
you
train
know-
crash. Oh, sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
No, this makes me feel much better about my life. Liz watches Casualty as well, if you count that as a soap, which I don't.
It kind of
Okay.
is.
Does that then?
Wasn't that like the first expanded universe, like Casualty in Holby City?
The Casualty and Holby City crossovers are the most ambitious crossovers in world film.
I definitely.
Yeah.
For anyone outside the UK, there is a long-running
Hospital.
soap, I guess. Like it is a soap.
It's a
isn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
We'll say it's a
Set in
soap.
a hospital called Casualty.
The hospital's called Holby
Yeah,
City.
yeah, but the show is called Casualty.
The show is called Casualty.
Quick, take me to Casualty Hospital.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
But then Holby City, which was on a different night of the week, was upstairs.
That's upstairs.
And it's a police one, isn't it?
No,
No,
that
that
was-
is a hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding
The
me.
Casualty is like
So what you're
A&E.
telling me is
Yeah.
that this is a crossover
Yeah.
of two hospital dramas.
yeah.
But in the same hospital.
and
It's
when
not
I
exactly a collision of worlds, though, is it? Like,
Oh no, it's very similar when they cross over.
did they cover different illnesses or
Well,
something?
the Casualty is A&E, obviously.
okay.
Yeah.
And then upstairs is like patients,
Long-term
inpatients kept in.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, people who are ill or have broken a leg or whatever.
So somebody might come into Casualty with like a broken leg, and then
And
you
then
see them in Holby
upstairs,
City.
correct.
has that happened?
That has happened, yeah. And recently they had a full week of crossover material, which is 2 episodes, and they just interacted with one another.
I was being facetious.
Oh
I
no,
didn't-
they
I-
cross over all the time. Like Casualty characters go into Holby and vice versa.
Well, that's the thing.
It's all totally
I
pointless.
thought it was a bit more kind of informal, like literally, like a character would like just be in Holby City going like, "Oh man, the coffee machine's broken," and then the following week in Casualty, you just see them walking through the scene, like looking for a coffee machine or something like that.
Coffee machine's still broken.
I always remember, like, I think like the last time I watched Casualty, I was maybe like in my teens, and I remember like I can't remember anything about the episode, like completely superfluous, didn't mean a thing, apart from the fact that like the episode ended with like 30 seconds still to go. You know, and it's like you need a yuck to end on. You need like a freeze frame, a chalk. And it was literally like, wow, I'm so glad we solved the mystery of the broken patella or something like that. And then he goes, you are right. And then the camera just cuts to like a little girl who just goes, bleh, and just like vomits.
Brilliant.
And then they just go, everyone just rolls their eyes and goes, I'll get a mop. You know, and that was the end of the episode.
What?
Like,
Great stuff.
just we got to.
It's probably a bit better than that now.
We got to
You know,
fill 30 seconds.
There's
or
like a
something.
name for when you're filming something and then you end it by grabbing the camera lens. It's called a scratch ending. So it's like, and it ends and it goes to black, like your hand's covered the lens.
Kind of like a horror movie kind of thing?
Well,
Or?
more like a sort of, you're doing a vlog and then you end it by reaching to the lens with your
okay.
hand, and your hand blocks out the whole image, and that's called a scratch ending. Do you think that was the very first vomit ending? And that, since it's been used maybe 0 more times?
Yeah. No, we didn't. Artistically, no, I don't think so.
I don't think the vomit ending is really
Vomit
catching
onto
on.
the lens.
It's like the director's trademark, isn't it? Martin Scorsese, every scene ends with at least one character vomiting.
Yeah. Ah, great.
What one? Hate or love?
I think hate.
I think hate.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking love.
Well,
Were you?
You've been outvoted. This is a democracy.
I got a good belly laugh from Bear Grylls.
Belly laugh from Bear Grylls. That's his follow-up one.
Yeah.
Should I, make a rudimentary kind of shelter out of twigs and bark, or should I lie face down in the dirt?
In this puddle here, just wait for the drowning to settle.
You can drown in half an inch of water. Okay, right, well.
Yeah, you made that decision
Okay,
quickly.
down in the dirt it is.
I'd love it if he reacted based on how quickly you made it. Oh, okay, wow, you're really keen to kill me then. Fine, okay, let's crack on, lads.
I like it if he gave you stupid ones, then if you choose me, he just goes, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm not doing that,
Yeah.
am I? Yeah, right.
Would you like to share any final thoughts on Bear and his work?
I just think it's very funny how long it must have taken to film this. Because like at every point they would have had to like film each option, and then of course like how that option then like spiraled out of control. But it does it episode by episode, so I guess maybe they can constrain each chain of options per episode. But I mean, their life would have just been made a hell of a lot easier if at every decision one of them killed him.
Yeah.
So I mean, just kill it. Just kill Bear Grylls.
It'd be great if like they kept, like, as you say, like no matter the choices you made, they kept like kind of veering you back the way they want you to go. So like, I could take the grappling hook, that would come in very handy in the mountain, or I can take this, his cat. Oh, I guess the catapult, yeah. And then like later, like he's been out there and
stone.
episode 2 starts and he's walking, through, and he hasn't slept all night because you didn't let him, and he's covered in mud.
I wouldn't let him, you're right.
And he goes, oh look, what's this? And it's just like a grappling hook, like lying on the ground. He goes,
Should I pick it up?
I guess I'll take that.
The option flashes on the screen for a second, but he's got it. Damn it, Bear! Damn it!
Thing is, you should be allowed to kill him, and then you're not allowed to watch any of the other episodes.
Yeah,
that's
and then
it.
it just disappears from Netflix.
Or all the other episodes are just solid black,
Yeah.
and they play out in real time. Like you have to watch 3 hours.
No matter what other show on Netflix you watch, there's a subtitle at the bottom that just says, "You killed Bear."
Yeah.
It's just always there.
Well, on that note, thank you everyone for listening to a show called Hate. We do hope you're enjoying the show. Do get in touch. The
do.
contact details are on our website.
Oh.
That's bigpunchstudios.com.
I didn't know that.
They are.
They are, get that.
You also have
Okay.
a Facebook group. Come find us where we can discuss.
I knew that.
Just search a show called Hate on Facebook.
They'll tell you where to go.
We're not in control of this.
And of course, if you're enjoying the show and you want to go on iTunes and give us a review, that would be absolutely tremendous, because
Wouldn't it?
that can be such a big boost to little shows, the little shows that could.
We can't.
Like
If
ours.
you're not enjoying it, don't bother.
And
Thanks.
and if we get 50 reviews, we'll make a show called Hate Choose Your Own Adventure survival.
Sweet Jesus.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
I'm not sure we're structured enough to actually make that a thing.
It'll be fine.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Every option, Chris Ray dies.
Yeah. That's all right. Means I don't have to keep recording.